48 hours before I said I do, I found out she was cheating. I didn't cancel the wedding. I planned something bigger. You won't believe what happened. My name's Michael, and this is my story. 2 years ago, I was on top of the world. I'd built a solid career as a financial consultant in Denver, Colorado, and was about to marry Emma, the woman I thought was my soulmate. We'd planned a dream wedding at the Grandview Hotel with 200 guests, white roses, and a string quartet. Everything was perfect until Thursday night, 2 days before the big day. I was at our apartment, finalizing the seating chart, when Emma's phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. She was in the shower, and I don't know why I looked, but I did. A notification from Tom, my college buddy and one of our groomsmen, popped up. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow night." My stomach twisted. Why was Tom texting her like that? I unlocked her phone. Her password was our anniversary date. How ironic. What I found made my blood run cold. Months of texts, flirty messages, and photos of them together at places I didn't know about. Hotel receipts in her email confirmed it. Emma and Tom had been sneaking around for 6 months. My fiancée, the woman I was about to vow my life to, was betraying me with someone I called a brother. I sat there, heart pounding, hands shaking. I could have stormed into the bathroom and confronted her, but something stopped me. Rage turned into resolve. If Emma thought she could play me, she was wrong. I wasn't going to let this slide. I started screenshotting everything. Every text, every photo, every damning piece of evidence. By the time Emma came out of the shower, smiling like nothing was wrong, I was already planning. I didn't sleep that night. My mind raced with questions. How could she do this? Did Tom think he'd get away with it? And most importantly, what was I going to do? Canceling the wedding wasn't enough. I wanted them to feel the weight of their betrayal. By morning, I had the outline of a plan, one that would turn our wedding day into their worst nightmare. I woke up Friday morning with a fire in my chest. Emma was still asleep, oblivious to the storm I was brewing. I'd spent the night backing up her texts, photos, and hotel receipts from her email. Every piece of evidence was a punch to my gut, but I wasn't breaking down. Not yet. I needed more. I called a private investigator I'd worked with for a client case, a guy named Rick who could dig up dirt on anyone. "I need everything on Emma Carter and Tom Reynolds fast," I told him. He promised results by evening. While waiting, I played the part of the happy groom. Emma and I met with the wedding planner at the Grandview Hotel to finalize details. She laughed and held my hand, talking about our future while I nodded, hiding the rage boiling inside. That afternoon, Rick sent me a report. Timestamps, locations, even security footage of Emma and Tom at a downtown Denver bar last month. They weren't even careful. It was like they wanted to get caught or thought I was too blind to notice. I also checked our joint bank account. Emma had been transferring small amounts to a separate account I didn't know about. $5,000 over 3 months. Was she planning to run off with Tom after the wedding? My blood boiled, but I kept my cool. I contacted my lawyer, Sarah, and asked her to freeze our accounts without Emma knowing. "Make it look like a bank error," I said. She got to work. By Friday night, I had enough evidence to bury them both. But I wasn't done. I wanted the wedding to go on, not for love, but for justice. I called my sister Lisa, the only person I trusted. "I need your help tomorrow," I whispered. She sensed my tone and didn't ask questions. My plan was taking shape, but it was risky. If it backfired, I'd be the one humiliated. What did I have in store for Emma and Tom? Keep listening. The rehearsal dinner was Friday night, and I played my role perfectly. Friends and family gathered at a cozy Denver restaurant. toasting to our perfect love. Emma looked radiant, smiling at me, while Tom stood across the room, avoiding my eyes. I wanted to smash his face, but instead I raised a glass and gave a heartfelt speech about trust. The irony wasn't lost on me. After dinner, I pulled Lisa aside and showed her the evidence. Her jaw dropped. "Michael, you can't marry her," she urged. "I'm not," I said. "But the wedding's happening. I need you to help me set up a projector in the reception hall tomorrow. No one can know." Lisa nodded, her eyes wide but determined. I spent the night finalizing my plan. I compiled the screenshots, photos, and footage into a slideshow. Nothing too explicit, but enough to expose Emma and Tom. I added text overlays, dates, times, and their own words. I also called the wedding videographer, pretending to add a special tribute to the reception. He agreed to play my slideshow during my speech. My heart raced at the thought of it. This wasn't just revenge, it was a public reckoning. Saturday morning, the wedding day, I woke up early and met Sarah, my lawyer, at a coffee shop. She confirmed the accounts were frozen and handed me legal papers to protect my assets if Emma tried to fight back. I felt a strange calm, like a soldier before battle. Emma texted me, "Can't wait to be your wife." I didn't reply. As I drove to the Grandview Hotel, I wondered if I was going too far. But then I remembered the photos, the lies, the money she'd siphoned. No, this was justice. The stage was set, and Emma had no idea what was coming. How would it all unfold at the altar? You're about to find out. The Grandview Hotel's ballroom was stunning. White roses, crystal chandeliers, and 200 guests buzzing with excitement. I stood at the altar in my tux, smiling as Emma walked down the aisle in her $3,000 gown. She looked like a dream, but I saw her for what she was, a liar. Tom was there too, standing as a groomsman, his face pale. He knew something was off. The ceremony went smoothly. We said our vows, and I choked out, "I do," with a smile plastered on my face. Emma's eyes sparkled with tears, crocodile tears, I thought. The guests clapped, unaware of the bomb I was about to drop. After the vows, we moved to the reception hall. My heart pounded as the moment approached. During the toasts, I took the microphone. "Before I thank you all, I have a special tribute to my new wife," I said, nodding to the videographer. The lights dimmed and the projector screen lit up. Gasps filled the room as the first slide appeared. A screenshot of Emma's text to Tom, "I wish I was marrying you instead." Then photos of them at the bar, hotel receipts, and a clip of them laughing together. Emma's face turned white. She grabbed my arm, whispering, "Michael, stop this." I pulled away. "You stopped our love, Emma," I said, loud enough for the mic to catch. Tom tried to slip out, but Lisa blocked the door with a few cousins. The slideshow ended with a final slide. "Emma and Tom, enjoy your new life, without my trust or my money." The room was silent, then erupted in whispers. Emma ran out, sobbing, as guests stared in shock. I felt a weight lift off my chest. But was that the end of my plan? Not quite. After the slideshow, chaos erupted. Emma's parents tried to confront me, but my family formed a wall around me. Tom bolted out a side door, chased by a few of my buddies. I didn't care where he went. He'd face his own consequences soon enough. I stayed calm, thanking guests for coming as if nothing had happened. Some looked at me with pity, others with respect. By evening, Emma called me, begging to explain. "It was a mistake, Michael," she cried. I hung up. I didn't need her lies. My lawyer, Sarah, had already served Emma papers to nullify the marriage, citing fraud. The frozen accounts meant she couldn't touch my money. I'd also tipped off Tom's law firm about his extracurricular activities. His career was on thin ice. Social media exploded. Guests had recorded the slideshow, and clips went viral on X with hashtags like Yas Wedding Revenge and Cheater Exposed. Strangers praised my legendary move, while Emma's friends tried to spin her as the victim. It didn't work. The evidence was ironclad. Lisa helped me pack up the wedding gifts, most of which I donated to charity. The honeymoon to Hawaii? I went alone, sipping cocktails on the beach while Emma dealt with the fallout in Denver. It wasn't about gloating. It was about reclaiming my life. But there was one final piece to my plan, something even Emma didn't see coming. A week after the wedding, I got a call from Rick, the private investigator. He'd dug deeper into Emma's secret account and found something shocking. She'd been funneling money to Tom for a side business they planned to start after the wedding. They'd used my savings to fund it, thinking I'd never notice. That was the final straw. I met with Sarah and handed over Rick's findings. We filed a civil suit against Emma and Tom for theft and fraud. The evidence was overwhelming. Bank records, emails, even their business plan with my money. The case was a slam dunk. Within months, they were ordered to repay every cent plus damages. Emma's teaching job was at risk, and Tom was suspended from his firm pending an ethics review. I didn't stop there. I used the viral attention to start a blog, sharing my story anonymously to help others spot red flags in relationships. It took off, with thousands of readers sharing their own betrayal stories. I turned pain into purpose. Emma tried to reach out once more, sending a long letter about regret and second chances. I didn't respond. She'd made her choice, and I'd made mine. I sold our apartment, moved to a new place in Boulder, and started fresh. The scars remained, but so did my strength. Looking back, I don't regret a thing. Emma and Tom thought they could break me, but I broke their lies instead. My payback wasn't just legendary. It was justice. And that's how I took my life back. What would you have done?